At these brothers, I want to tell you something, man. And I know some of y'all know this, but I know some of y'all don't. The ultimate purpose of us being here, the ultimate reason for us being here on this planet Earth, man, is ultimately to find balance. That's the ultimate goal, is to find balance, right? The ultimate goal, brothers, is to find fulfillment. To find fulfillment, which is inside of that balance. And the overall goal, man, is to find God, which is inside of that fulfillment. And I'm not trying to get all spiritual and churchy. I'm just telling you what it is. The ultimate goal is to find God, man. And I'm going to tell you this. 8.2 billion people on the planet. There's not a single person breathing on this planet that's not searching for that thing. That's not searching for source energy. Not one single soul alive, man. I want to tell y'all brothers a story, man. I want to tell y'all brothers a story about these three brothers. So there were these three brothers, man. They were at this carnival, right? This carnival was nice, man. All the rides, man, looked brand new. All the floors and everything was just in pristine condition. All the rides were just like flawless. And this carnival was called Paradise. These young men, man, walked around this carnival, man, and played all the games. They popped the balloons. They dunked people in the water tanks. They did all the things that people do at a fair. They were like, man, we done played this game, bro. Y'all want to just do it again or what y'all want to do? And next thing you know, man, they hear this voice in the background, bro. Come one, come all. Come and play the game of life. And they look in the back corner, man, and it's this old man. About 6'5", 6'6", long gray beard, man. Black skin. And his eyes were almost glowing, right? Come one, come on. So the brothers went back there, man. It's like, dang, bro, like this is a weird game. Like how do you play the game of life, sir? The man said, the objective of this game is to find God before God finds you. And the brothers looked around at each other like, man, I ain't never heard no game like this, man, but y'all down to play. They were like, well, shoot, we done played everything else. So the brother starts patting his pocket saying, how much the game cost, right? And the man said, oh, no, this game is free, brothers. This game costs nothing. Help yourself. So they're like, man, I'm about this life, man. So they walking down this long hallway and it's just pitch black. They can't see nothing, man. The man just says, keep going, keep going. Next thing you know, man, boom, these doors open up. And it's like a helicopter out there, man. And the man on the helicopter is not saying nothing. He's just saying, come on, come get on. The brothers get on the helicopter, man. They put all kind of equipment on, parachutes and hard hats and microphones to talk to each other, all kind of stuff. Helicopter takes off. Before they get to the destination, man, boom, a storm comes, man. They're like, bro, I think we ought to turn around, man. Pilot says nothing. This thing you know, man, get hit by a bolt of lightning. Pow, everybody blacks out. The young men come back too. And it's like they're just floating down to the world. Parachutes have gone out, man. They're talking to each other like, is this the game? Is this the game of life? Or did we cross over? Like, what happened? Boom, they land on the ground. They get on the ground, man, and they see people running. Some people are running, some people are chilling. They're like, what is going on? And one of the brothers said, remember what he told us. The old man said, we have to find God before God finds us. So they said, we better get to looking for God because we don't know when the game is over, brothers. So, man, they take the gear off, man, and just run in the same direction as everybody else. These brothers are running, looking behind trees, looking for God, running, climbing mountains, looking for God. They start getting tired, man. They said, man, we don't know where God is, man. Then they look over to a little saloon, man. You got people in there, man, just hanging out. And they're like, man, why aren't these people looking for God? They said, let's go up in there and ask them, have they seen this God that we search for, man? So they go up in the saloon, man. Everybody is lit, turned up, music, women twerking. It's just like it's club. You know what I'm saying? And they pull one of the men to the side. Man, he's taking a shot. And they said, man, do you know where we can find God? We got to find God before God finds us. The man asked the bartender, pour me up another drink. Boom. And the man looked at him and said, but I gave up on finding God. Like, I've been here 75 years, man. I've been here all this time and I still ain't found God. I gave up on it, brothers. So the men leave the saloon, right? Men keep on going, right? Looking for God, looking for God, looking for God. They come to a brothel. Got an old fine lady outside. Old chocolate cougar outside, man. Won't you men come in here and enjoy yourself? Come have a good time. They say, well, man, we looking for God before God finds us. He said, oh, come in, we'll talk about God. She said, before we talk about God, look at these fine ladies I got. Look at this fine drink selection I have. Won't your brothers just kick back and we'll talk about finding God in a few minutes, right? So the brothers were like, man, you know what? What an old man already told us. He's been looking for a while, so apparently we have time. Let's kick back and enjoy ourselves, man. Let's have a couple of 40s of malt liquor. Let's entertain a few of these baddies, man. The brothers have a few drinks, get drunk, have a few laughs and have some fun, some extracurricular with the ladies. And they ask the lady again, Missus, where do we find God? And the lady says, brothers, I've been looking for God the whole time. I can't find him. So the men like, screw this, man. We got to go. We got to get up out of here. Boom, taking off again. Looking for God. Can't find him. This thing you know, man, they see this brother, he's a little different, man. He's roaming amongst everybody else that's running, man, but this brother's just chilling. Got his own swag. And they asked this man, they said, excuse me, sir, we've been looking for a long time. Do you know where we can find God? Man says, yeah. I can tell you exactly where to find God, brothers. He said, go back to the place where you landed. He said, instead of running this direction, turn around and look the other way. He said, you will see an old man in the distance. And behind that man, you will see a big ring of fire. And when you go through that fire, brothers, that's where God is. They said, oh, man. So they spent the whole next day running back to the place where they landed, man. They had traveled some miles going the wrong direction, man. And they get up to the place where they landed, bro. They're looking around. And they see the old man in the distance. And they see what appears to be a ring of fire behind them, brothers. So they take off running. And as they're getting close to the man, he looks very familiar. It's the same man that was back at the carnival. Come one, come all. Come one, come all. Come go through the ring of fire and find God. And they walking up slow, man. Like, dang, like this is wild. And they say, well, sir, we were told this is the place where God lives. He said, brothers, it's all you got to do, man, is walk through that fire and God is on the other side. They said, where? They said, yeah, let me show you. They said, you see this ring of fire here, right? They said, yeah. Little tunnel about 40 or 50 feet long, right? He said, you walk through this tunnel and you see that chair in the middle? They said, yeah. That's all you got to do is sit in that chair, look what's on the wall, and that wall will tell you how to find God. And they were like, what? They were like, is this part of the ride? Is this paid for already? Like, how much do we owe you, sir? Because that's why we're here. We're trying to find God. He said, nah, man, this one is on the house. You ain't got to pay no money here, brothers. So the three brothers said, well, this is what we came for. We come to find God before God finds us. So one of the brothers said, I'll go first. So he's getting ready to go through the fire, man. He's like, man, this looks hot, bro, but I'm going to do it. and he takes off. He gets in the fire. He's running at first, man. And he goes to the ring of fire, and all of a sudden, he's still walking toward the chair, but he's walking real slow, looking at the fire on the wall. And the other brothers are like, damn, what's going on? And he's walking through the fire, and he's getting ready to sit in the chair, and he looks at the thing on the wall and freezes and turns around and walks back out, looking like he saw a ghost or something, man. And the brothers are like, what's on the wall? And he said, brothers, I can't go through that fire, man. Like, I can't explain what I saw, but I can't go through that fire. The brother was like, I'm not sure if y'all seen that meme of that lady that was in the airport in Dallas, where she came out of that she was coming off that airplane, and she was like, I don't know what it is, but that motherfucker is not real. Y'all remember that meme? That's how the brother was. He said, that something ain't real, bro. So the other brother, man, he was like, man, I got this, man. Like I'm a little older than you, man. I'm a little well seasoned. I ain't scared of nothing, man. I got this. He's taking off through the fire, running. He does the same thing. He's stopping. He's walking. He's looking. And he's like, dang. And he gets to sit on the fire, sit on the chair. And he's looking at what's on the wall, and he comes up out of that thing. He's petrified. He comes up out, and he walks straight past the other brothers. He walked straight to the closest saloon and just started tossing a bottle. And said, I'll never find God. And the third brother is like, what in the world is going on? The third brother says, man, you know what, man? Like I'm a sore loser. Like, I don't know what's on that wall. I don't know what this fire consists of, but I ain't taking no L. And the third brother goes through the fire, man. He don't even run, because he knows it's something that's going to slow him down. He walks in off the bat, and he's looking. And he's just looking. And he makes it to the chair, and he sits in the chair. And he looks at the wall, and he's frozen. And all of a sudden, he just bows his head, man, and he's crying. And he's just in a funk, man. He can't believe what he sees on the wall. And he sits there, man, and in his tears, the next thing you know, the fire goes out. And the brother stands up. And he's not like he was before, man. He was glowing. And he walks out the other side of the tunnel, almost like a new person. So the first brother sees him, man. And he's like, what in the cornbread hell did he see? So the first brother running around the tunnel, man. He's like, bro, like, what's up? And the brother that went through the fire, man, just came up to him and hugged him. I love you, brother. And the man said, what's going on with you, bro? And the brother that went through the fire was just looking around and said, like, you don't see that? And he looked around like, see what? He said, you don't see all that stuff around us. You don't see all these frequencies, man. You don't see all these vibrations. You don't see the face of God around us? He said, it's all around us. And he says, bro, you tripping. He says, nah, man. You got to go through the fire, bro. Then the brother that went through the fire, man, just kind of zoned out and walked off. He started saying, come on. You must go through the fire to find God. And the brother that was left, man, you have to understand, this brother that was left represents the far majority of people that are on the planet right now. The far majority of the people right now have the opportunity to go through that fire or to go in and satisfy themselves through the vices of the world to get a glimpse of the fire. Because you have to understand, man, you have to understand this. When you go and entertain these vices, to be honest, man, for a split second, you can entertain the same frequency that's on the other side of that tunnel, that's on the other side of the fire. That's what nobody ever talks about. These vices contain a glimpse of a pseudo God. Or in other words, when you're drinking that liquor and you're going up to that high you finally get to, man, where it's just like, this is fulfillment. Or you get with that woman or that man and you're saying, this is fulfillment. That moment of bliss is what people that go through the fire feel 24 hours a day. Feel 24 hours a day. And it's hard to explain what nonstop bliss feels like to somebody that hasn't gone through the fire, bro. So I know a lot of y'all are wondering, well, so what in the cornbread hell is in the fire, man? I'm going to tell you what's in the fire, brothers. And I'm going to tell you what's in the fire, man, because I've gone through it just like a lot of y'all have, man. For those that haven't gone through the fire, I'm going to tell you what's in there. When you walk through this fire, the first thing you'll see, man, is all the things in life that have hindered you and held you back. In the book of Singular Truth, I refer to this fire as the pasture. In other words, all the trauma, all the elements and all the words that were spoken to you, all the things that were done to you, all the hurtful things that you never wanted to revisit, all the things that you suppressed in the back of your mind that you say, you know what, man, I'm going to put this in a space and never go back there. They're on the walls, bro. Like that's what the fire consists of. And I'm going to tell you, man, a lot of people will go through this fire and before they even get to the chair, they'll turn around and go back. A lot of people will say to themselves, man, like, I can't even relive the things that hurt me, man. I'm not even to the chair yet. Let me just turn around and go back, man, and find God in a bottle. Let me go find God in sex. And that's what most people do, find God in vices. But I'm going to tell you this, man. The hardest part is not even close to seeing what's on the wall. Is it hard? Man, it's hard. Revisiting these places, brother, it's difficult. But nothing compares, bro. Nothing compares to sitting in that chair and looking to see what's on that wall, man. See, a lot of people think that there is an image on that wall. A lot of people think that there is some writing on the wall, man, to get to, to give you the final instructions on how to see the face of God, man. The thing that's on that wall, brothers, is a mirror. The thing that's on that wall that most people avoid, the thing that don't nobody want to face, is that mirror, brothers. In other words, it's easy to conduct ourselves a certain way. It's even easier to go see our trauma, man. Like, damn, this hurt. But bro, it's hard as hell to sit in a chair, man, and look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? And face the fact that you were doing all these things before you even went through the fire. It's a hard pill to swallow, man. To look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? Like I'm that whoremonger that was going to these brothels all that time. Like I'm the man that was going to the crack house. I'm the man that was trying to sleep with a woman every single night, had rotation. Like, that was me. Like, fuck. I can't even look at myself. And I'm going to tell you, man, for a moment in time, brother, it sends you to a state of despair. It sends you into a state of depression. To the point where you say, you know what, brother, I just want to get back. I just want to stand up the chair and just go back to where I came. Like, I don't even deserve to go the other route and see God. I don't even deserve to finish this mission. And it just sends you into almost a state of tears, bro, where you're like, man, what is this? And all a man has to say at that point, man, is, God, I'm sorry, man. I was missing the mark. I repent. I'm sorry. I jacked up. And instantly, man, he can feel the fire go out. And a man wakes up and he's a new person. And he sees the world different. You know what I'm saying? He responds to it different. He understands that he's not stuck like everybody else. So you got to understand, man, when you see people that haven't gone through that tunnel, they're stuck in the third dimension. Like, that's why there's so much, when you see people, man, and they're kind of freaking out and they're going through their vices and they're acting a certain way, you have to understand that on the deepest of levels, what they know is they're stuck in the third dimension. And when I say stuck in the third dimension, all I'm really saying is they're stuck from finding their other self. That's what I've been talking about since day one, the first marriage of man. You got to understand, when you look inside that mirror and you see the full image of your ego self, that spirit self, that Christ version of yourself, that higher self appears. Where two come together, God said, I shall be there also. So once you go to that state, man, and say, you know what, my ego is jacked up, and that Christ side of yourself shows up and joins up with one, it's like, let me look at, oh, now God is here. God is here. And now that you know this, man, you'll be able to look around this planet, bro, and you'll be able to see people that are stuck in this third dimension. You'll see it, bro. Like when you see a man that has to be on that bottle, like nonstop, every day he gets off work, he got to be at the bar or popping up over in the Crown. It don't seem like nothing. It's just one glass. What that man is saying is, you know what? Like I know where God is, but at the same time, I know what that fire consists of. I know that I gotta revisit some old things, bro. I know that ultimately I gotta look at myself. I'd rather find God in this bottle of alcohol, man. I'd rather find God in the bottle. You got a lot of women that are looking for God. You got a lot of women saying, you know what? I know where God lives. Yeah, I can go to church and I can look like I know God. Whole time they stuck in the third dimension, though, brothers. You have a lot of women, man, that are saying, you know what? I want to go through the fire, but I don't want to look at myself. I don't want to look at what I've been doing in this brothel the whole time. You got a lot of women, man. And I'm going to tell you, this is a dark thing to even think about, man. Not even just women, but people. Because sex addiction is real, and sex addiction is dark as hell, bro. You got to think about, I'm going to talk to those men first. Think about what caliber of a man you have to be to have a rotation of women. And I'm saying that because I haven't always been sold 2.0. Think about what state you have to be in as a man to say, you know what, man, this weekend I want to hang with Keisha. Next weekend I want to hang with Regina. Next weekend I want to hang with Felicia. Next weekend I want to hang with so-and-so. Entertaining that low vibration of just all over the place. Entertaining such an act, such as sex, so recklessly. Brother, you gotta be vibrating at the bottom, man. And I know it seems cool. We church it up, but brother, it's dark. Think about a woman. Think about a woman that has a rotation or a phone full of guys that can just pull up on her, smash and dash. A man that can release all of his essence inside of her, all of his trauma, all of his wrongdoings, all of his and dash. Think how dark a woman's spirit has to be to vibrate there. So a lot of those people saying, you know what? I know where God is, but the shit I've done, man, I can't possibly look at myself. So what people do, brothers, is they just spend the rest of their days, man, looking for God in their vices. And if you look around, man, you'll see some people, man, that just got there, man. They're running. We got to find God. We got to find God. And then you'll see some people, man, that just gave up on it. They're sipping on the bottle. I can't find God. They're smashing every person that has a heartbeat. I can't find God. So all I'm saying to you, brothers, is this. You best go through that fire, man, before God finds you. You best go through that fire before God finds you.